Okay people, I'm back with another video, and as I'm making this I am uploading a few. I'm uploading my bullet catcher, shooting the BB gun, my new air rifle, the hunting knife, progress, and the finished product, which is right here in front of me. I just recorded this video. By the way, I actually sharpened this a little bit better, so this thing can actually rip through quite a lot of stuff now. I tried the thing on some pretty heavy duty plastic and it just shredded it. That thing's gonna do well for animal skin. But what I wanted to do here in this video is tell you a little bit about this. In the video where I shoot this thing, me and some friends shoot this thing, there is another video flying about somewhere. I do not know if it's actually uploaded or not, but I do know that it's out there somewhere. It's in my friend's iPad most likely. This thing is quite heavy when fully loaded, which is not. It has about 200 out of 700 BBs, so it's at about third capacity. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you about is this: it's the fact that you know about dieseling the air guns, right? But have you ever heard of a dieseled BB gun? I sure as fuck didn't even know what dieseling was, but I had a vague idea what was happening in this thing, since I had kept running into the problem that smoke came out of the muzzle whenever I fired it. Even the first time I fired it, smoke came out of the muzzle. Mainly, I thought this was because just oil residue flying out of the barrel, since I had lubed. It says oil here, and this leads straight into the pump cylinder. So I decided to use something that preserves the rubber at the same time as it lubes metal, and doesn't break down over time. So compared to the normal grease that is put in these things and normal gun oil, so I decided to use pure mineral oil for this purpose. What I was not aware of is that pure mineral oil has a pretty low combustion point. It's baby oil, actually. You know it. I've talked about it before. So I used that to lube the thing, and because that smoke was burnt oil. So I apparently seem to have dieseled this thing, because it has a little bit of a kick to it whenever you fire it. I oil this thing quite frequently too. I'm thinking that I am dieseling this thing and therefore breaking the cylinder, and since it's so compact, I'm not sure that I could ever replace that seal. I don't even know how to get this thing open. I know how to take it apart, but I don't know how to get to the cylinder since that's so compact in here. This screw holds something in there, if you could see it. This screw, and this screw are all that holds this thing together. These are just basically to hold the stock on, then there's one thing here for the grip, and then there's this little band which is also held on there, which is a wood screw. Now, I honestly don't know how to take this thing apart. I never have. I probably won't unless the seal breaks. I just bought O-rings. They're in the little red box over there. That red box on the top there, full of O-rings. I think there's like 400 or something in there. I also bought myself some. That was when I last was at the hardware store. I also bought myself a roll of duct tape. Never know when you need that. Pretty decent sized roll. A couple of rolls of electrical tape. I haven't opened them. 2 4-packs of super glue, 0.8 grams in each. 0.8 grams in each of the tubes. That's a little over 3 grams in each. And then I bought myself, what is this? Wait. 150 grams of epoxy. It's all together. That's 150 grams of epoxy. I think I got everything on the list there. I was supposed to buy myself a set of springs and a set of screws too, but I just didn't have the cash. I ran quite short actually towards the end. Always bought at the same store where I buy most of my tools, supplies, and stuff. Wait, what? It's complete. I started this, what, 2 minutes ago? 4 minutes ago. Okay, that's awesome. Let's do a little bit more about this. Yeah, I didn't get the handle just like I wanted. I mean, because of the fact that the wood is so goddamn hard, I couldn't get it as smooth as I wanted. Also because I'm lacking sandpaper. paper made for wood. I only have this 1200 grit, which I'm gonna use to polish up the blade. By the way, it looks a little bit ugly at the time, at this point. I also didn't get the grip on as good as I would like to, but this isn't supposed to be a chopping knife of any kind because of the thin blade, thin and fragile blade. So I'm most likely just going to be using this thing for skinning, cutting meat, getting rid of cartilage and sinews. So yeah, this thing is gonna probably see a bit of use in the future sometime. I'm just 18 at the time, so at this point I'm making this video, so I don't really own a real gun yet. But yeah, I mainly made this because I think I've been dieseling this gun without even knowing it. And I might in the process be breaking it, but I don't really care since I get about 200 feet per second out of the mineral oil. I am thinking of doing something with that, but I do not want to mess with that. I honestly don't. By the way, that's my air rifle. You already saw it in the video. It's seen a little bit of use now. I put the iron sights on again after putting the scope on, which just needed too much setting for being able to be used this time of year. It's winter now and it's getting really cold, and I don't want to be standing outside for hours on end trying to figure out how to set that thing. Oh, by the way, I'm now back home for the winter holidays, so my computer is back in its meant position. I had to clean a lot of things off that desk, let me tell you. Here's my machete. I've had to repair the handle which broke off. My PS3 is there. I messed a little bit with my DVR, so I can now remove the hard drive. It's just hanging there out there on the outside. Hidden storage. Removed the 9-volt that was powering the motor in there. Didn't need it there. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I got a little bit of copper tubing up here. Could sell this for a pretty decent profit, but I don't want it. I bought it for a pretty decent amount of cash, and I really don't want to waste it. This, I am going to build a forge soon, and this was the intended piece of the forge. Intended in can, you know, the soup can forge made by the, I think it's the, what's he called again? Nighthawk in Light. Nighthawk in Light was the one who made the soup can forge on YouTube and inspired me to build one. Since I've been meaning to forge a little bit of metal for quite some time, but I haven't had the resources. And I don't feel like using an open flame since that wastes so much fuel. So let's get. Yes.
Hi.
I'm making another quick video. You can be in here if you want. So.
Goodbye.
But as it turns out, this can is a little bit too large. I just won't be able to get heat up in it because of the sheer size of it. So I'm gonna get something a little bit smaller, like maybe a ravioli can. See, that's the lid and that's my hand. My hand is about the size of the can, so I can't really use this, it's just too big. But it's nice to store things in that needs to be stored in a flame-proof container. Right now I got some lithium-ion batteries in there. These may not look like lithium-ion, but they are. These are some pretty nasty batteries right here. They're bulged up and shit, and I really don't know what to do with them. I might be able to get the lithium out of them, store it sealed, and then just sell it on eBay or something. But I'm not quite sure what to do with it. So yeah, I got some model plaster. Instead of plaster of Paris, since we don't have that in Sweden, I just got model plaster. Should work. It's for construction, really. Yeah, that's about it. Cleaned up in here too. Got a bunch of new clothing. But yeah, I'll be seeing you. Bye.